Look, I bought these half price in the last year. Look at the ankle, almost high enough. I bought these, they're kind of like soccer shoes, but because they were so cheap and they cover part of the ankle, I bought them for riding motorcycles because I can't afford motorcycle boots. If I could afford more than one motorcycle, well, one of them would be maybe even a trials bike I'd try now, just to go off-road and climb things, just to have fun, not to specifically go far away. And then the other one would be maybe a sports touring. But right now I can't even afford one bike, and I haven't owned a vehicle, motorcycle or car, in multiple years. So yay for me, by the way, for climate change purposes, among other things. But if I would buy one right now, it would be a dual purpose because of the therapeutic aspect of going by myself, which has risks, but in nature. And it's not like I'm riding crazy all the time in nature. I'm mostly, by the way, I'm relying on sound, so I'm not doing great shoulder checks even for electric cars. I could hear them right now. I don't put things in my ears. So with going in the woods with a dual purpose, it would have to be pretty light. So, but just like a strong enough engine for highway, you know, for those times I need that. And so maybe like a 300cc. So these would be not winter boots. They're not waterproof. They'd be just summer boots. But they'd be also good off-road if it's not too heavy duty, because there's not a lot of support on the talon. How do you say that in English? I can't remember right now. The back part is more support in the front toes. You know, like a badminton shoe is where you're focusing the width and the grip. And that'd be good for motorcycling and being off-road when you kind of put your foot down. And you don't want it to slip right away on the surface. And these have pretty good grip, including the wetness, I find. So even if it's wet paint on the ground, I think it seems to grab pretty well, so I don't want to wear them out. But I'm breaking them in. It's the first time I wear them outside. And I'm going to let the car pass here. It's not as wide. Speaking of cars that I've owned, I think what decides who owns a vehicle is the business world. So right now, I think I'm co-owner of a vehicle where the business world is not taking me off as a co-signer with my ex from more than 4 years ago. So as far as I know, I still haven't had confirmation I've been taken off. So when I take Volkswagen finance to court, they're going to think, well, it's not hurting your credit. Well, that's based on, you not knowing, for example, that I might want to buy a motorcycle with limited income and my name being on there. And without a motorcycle, I've already got confirmation of some employers saying, hey, Martin, without transportation, we're going to pass. Let us know when you get transportation. I've already got that kind of confirmation. So that vehicle, for example, is
best vehicle built in Canada, Toyota.
You're talking about this? Yeah. So that Volkswagen I was talking about is a vehicle that I think my life insurance is on it, which is actually not the product I paid for, and I have documentation to prove this. So when I take them to court, it'll be easy to prove. At the last minute, I read this contract, and I say, you got it wrong. That's not the insurance product that I requested. It's a different one. So my ex and her husband are benefiting. They say, we don't want anything to do with you. And yet I'm co-signer when they don't need me to be, and my life insurance is on it. So that's the business world for you. Takes away all sense of justice and fairness and community. Because according to the government world, I don't really own that car, and I don't really get to have advocacy for what's happening with me in relation to automobiles. So I've sent emails saying things like this to advocacy groups at the same time as Volkswagen about a month ago. So they will be mentioned to the judge that these guys move a lot of money around, but they're really not. They're like W5, right? They're like sent a lot of emails to W5, and they'll do things because, oh, they're so impressive. We were thinking this was happening. I know somebody this happened to, and that's when they're running the story, when there's been additional victims. It's quite sad. Anyways, this was going to be on democracy, but I think I'm going to stick to just a. And by the way, I walked late today, but I think on the days that I do walk this same weekly route, I do see the car that I own. And didn't see it now because I'm late. It's been a pattern I noticed. So speaking of my life today, Valentine's Day is one of the ways I study culture. Just being me, just me as a case study, and being unique. Nobody else can do it, and I'm not going to apply for a code of ethics to live my life. It's my life. So I pass my code of ethics. So Martin, just do what you want, document it, and be transparent, and a role model what accountability is. So one of the things I do is try a few weeks before Valentine's Day, I try singles groups, like on Facebook I did for the island here. And it's a great way to measure my theory's accuracy, right? To predict the de-escalation of societies because of HSD, right? Human domestication syndromes. And there's no difference between the levels that members suffer or moderators or admins. They just act different because they're in those roles. But if they contact you like privately, you'll see they're acting the same. So it's quite sad, you know, that I role model things, and I can't even, with both these groups, I thought one would succeed without, you know, cyberbullying to have me put my creative original posts one per day until